I heard Buntry, James's brother, had a lot of respect and love for you. Can you talk about your relationship with Buntry?
Oh man, me and Buntry was tight, man. A lot of those pictures that they posting, Buntry's with me on most of those pictures. Picture in the
Mm.
red suit, picture with the black brim on. You know, um, me and Buntry had a good relationship. You know what I mean? You know, and I mean, I could tell you a bunch of stories about me and Buntry, me and Buntry, me and Buntry. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But we was cool. You know what I mean? I respected the big homie, and he loved and respected me.
Can you give us one Buntry story?
Oh man, I got 100 Buntry stories. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
a funny one, a good one.
I,
Yeah.
well, this is the thing about it, man. Buntry was a serious dude. I could get him to laugh. I mean, other people probably could too. You know what I mean? But I was a champion of Buntry. Like certain homies was gone at this time. Like I say, Heron was gone, and certain homies might have been in jail. So Bunchy was there to be the big homie at the time, on the east side, amongst others though. Wasn't just him. It was other homies that, Bunchy just was in the limelight because of the death row thing. You know what I mean? But I know Buntry gave me the keys to his house one day. You know what I mean? And I'm coming from a party and I called him. I'm like, Buntry, I got like 14 females with me. Homie, what's happening? He like, man, the homies over here. I say, man, they don't know how to do no macking, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? But you say, look, I'm finna put everybody out. Give me 20 minutes. I'm gonna put everybody out like I'm gonna go to sleep. Then you come through. You know what I mean? And it was stories like that I look at my watch, be like, boom, 20 minutes then pass. I get over Bunch House, ain't nobody left. He still got the homies over there. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, I got a bunch of Buntry stories. I can't tell them all. I'm gonna be honest with
Yeah.
you, AG. I can't tell them all, but I got a bunch. That was the homie. But I got a bunch of stories with everybody over there. I was around there forever. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Can you tell me? Do you remember your last conversation with Buntry?
Yeah, I remember my last conversation with him. You know what I mean? And it was the heat going on in Compton. Shit was cracking. You know what I mean? And me and Buntry had the same kind of truck at the time. He had a black Denali. I had a black Denali. He had the stretch one. I had the short one. And so while I'm hearing, the shit get to cracking. You know what I mean? So I slide up over his house and shit and chop it up with him. And my last conversation with him was big homie. I mean, I know you super OG. You know what I mean? But be careful out here. You know what I mean? And Buntry told me, man, he said, FG, I ain't scared of none of these, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? And when the shit happened with Buntry, it happened to happen in my neighborhood, at the gas station. And since we had the same kind of truck, I got a bunch of calls because people thought it was me. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And that I mean, it broke my heart. You know what I mean? I hated to see any of the homies, get knocked down, but that's what it was, But I remember I'll tell you, man, be careful. Cause let me tell you one thing that Buntry used to tell me. I never forget what Buntry, cause I was a Crenshaw dude. We used to go low ride on Crenshaw. I used to be out on the west side, Sunset, a Boulevard, Hollywood. I was one of them type of dudes. So I never forget we was out one time and I had to get some gas. And Buntry told me, he said, listen, man, L, he said, L, always get your gas before you leave the neighborhood. Don't ever have to go to LA. Don't ever have to stop at these gas stations. Don't ever have to stop and fuck with these. Get your gas before you leave the hood. And he kind of like, he said it cool, but he really kind of was checking me like, dude, don't ever stop at these gas stations out here in LA. And I'm going to be honest with you, that's something I never forgot. I always get my gas. Ever since Buntry told me that, I always get my gas before I leave to go anywhere. So I never had to stop at a gas station, somewhere else. And Buntry was getting gas before he left the neighborhood to go wherever he was going that day. He stopped in the neighborhood and got his gas, man, and he stayed true to his word. Get your gas before you leave the neighborhood. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And they just happened to get him in the neighborhood.
I don't know how I could get into this, but what do you think of the supposed reason that they did that to him? Because there was a talks of a videotape and he was watching it. Do you believe that?
I mean, I don't get that deep into it. You know what
Okay.
I mean? I get to that was a homie. I don't get into you know, how it happened. Or why it happened. I just know we lost a soldier on the east side. You know.
I understand.